Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, I'm going to show you the top 5 best class ups to use here after the Season 4 update. So if you guys are new here, enjoy today's video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss any more videos. But anyways, guys, let's hop right into it. Now, getting into our first weapon, guys, we're going to start with the ISO 45 SMG, the brand new SMG that came here in Season 4, which is honestly one of the best SMGs you can start using here. Now, for my class up, guys, we are going to start with the muzzle, and we're going to be going all the way over here and adding on the Spiral V3.5 Flash Hider muzzle. Now, with the attachments on this weapon, you want to work on that recoil control. It's not the best. Now, if you want to see any gameplay with this SMG, go check out my previous video. We dropped 2 high kill games on both the brand new maps, and we had a lot of fun. But I'm going to tell you guys, this weapon has a lot of recoil, and especially if you're going into those medium and far range gunfights, you need attachments that's going to help with recoil control. So this attachment here is going to help the weapon be more steady, help us be a little bit more accurate, help us get more kills. So you want to add this on for your first attachment. Now, for our second attachment, guys, we are going to the underbarrel and adding on the Edge 47 grip. This is going to help with aiming out of stability and recoil stabilization. In my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of others as well, this is the best underbarrel you can use here in Modern Warfare 2. It's giving you the most recoil stabilization, your weapon's more calm, easy to control, and that's what we want here. Now, for the next attachment, which I think is a must need, is going to be the magazine, and we're going to be adding on the 45 round drum. Now, with the fire rate on this weapon being really fast and also that damage being really good, you're going to be getting a lot of kills per magazine, and you can actually check that out in my last video where we talk about this weapon and the gameplay. I mean, we were using the 45 round mag, I never had to reload, and I was getting a lot of kills with each magazine, maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 kills a piece. I mean, it was really good. The time to kill on this weapon is really nice, and especially with that fire rate being a great combo with this weapon. You want to run the 45 round mag. You don't want to have to reload every time you get a kill, so make sure you have the 45 round mag on here. Now, for the rear grip, we are going to be running the A30 Stout grip. This is going to give us a little bit more recoil control. Again, we need to work on that recoil control. It's going to be very helpful, so we are going to be adding this on. And then for our final attachments, before we hop into our tunes, guys, the iron sights on this weapon are super ugly. I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with me, so we are going to be adding on the Slimline Pro. Now, the tunes that we're going to be using for this class, so guys, we're going to start with the Flash Hider, and we're going to put our gun kick control at 0.19 and the aim down sight speed at 0.39. So we're going to be aiming down sights faster. The weapon won't be kicking up as much, which is really needed here, so make sure you copy those down. Now, for the Edge 47 grip, we are going to put our aim walking speed at 0.17, so we're getting a little bit more mobility when aimed down sights, and also we have some little bit more aim down sight speed. Since we have this grip on, we're going to work on a little bit more handling as well here, so we're getting some recoil stabilization, some aim down sight speed, which is going to be really good. Now, for the Stout grip, we are going to put our recoil status at 0.74, helping our weapon be a little bit more steady. And then we're going to put our sprint to fire speed at 0.30, so we're going to be a little bit more aggressive here. The weapon's more steady, which is going to help us be more accurate. And then for our final attachment here, guys, for the Slimline Pro, we're going to put our eye position out far at 1.89. This is going to help with a little bit less visual recoil when firing the weapon. And then we have our aim down sight speed at 1.55. Now, for our next weapon, guys, we have the TEMPUS RAZERBACK, which is a very clean assault rifle that came here in Season 4 as well. This is actually a really nasty assault rifle that you need to be using here. Now, with the class that we're going to be going with, guys, we are going to start with the muzzle and add it on the Cronin Mall 86. This is going to help with muzzle flash concealment, recoil stabilization, and recoil steadiness. Help our weapon be more calm, make it more steady, hit our shots, get more kills that you want for this class setup, because that fire rate is going to kick up a little bit with it having a fast fire rate. So this attachment here is going to bring that recoil down a little bit, make it more calm, which is very needed here. Now, for the optic, there's a lot you can choose from. The iron sights are really clean. I can't remember the weapon. It's from an older Call of Duty, but it has iron sights like that. They're very nice. So if you want to run the iron sights, you can. If you don't like them, you want to add it on the Slimline Pro. Honestly, I think it is the best optic here in Modern Warfare 2. You can add this on, but if you don't really want that, you can take the optic, replace it with a barrel, a laser sight, ammunition type if you really want to, or even a stock or a comb. It's really up to you. Replace it with something that you like, but for my class setup, I'm going to be going with the Slimline Pro here. Now, we are going to jump down to the rear grip and add on the Chaos X grip. This is going to help with sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed. Now, this weapon is pretty balanced. The damage is nice. The fire rate's nice. Even with up close, I mean, this weapon works like an SMG, so we need to work on that handling if you're going to try to get that aggressive run-and-gun type of play style. We're going to be aiming down sight faster, shooting faster off a sprint, which is very needed. But if you don't want to run this grip, you can actually run the FLT22. It's giving it a little bit more handling, so it's honestly up to you what you want to run here, but personally, this attachment here takes away too much recoil control. You're getting some flinch resistance, so you're going to be flinching a lot, so we are going to be going with the first grip here. Now for the magazine, I am going with the 45 round mag. Just a larger magazine size is needed for this weapon. It does have a fast fire rate and it's an assault rifle, so we'll never have to reload. It's like a 2 or 3 shot kill, so I mean, do the math, 45 bullets. I mean, you're getting a lot of kills per magazine, so we're going to be throwing this on here. Now for my final attachment, before we hop into the tunes for this build, we are going to start with the underbarrel, and we're going to put the Commando foregrip on. We're getting some more recoil stabilization, aiming auto stability, which can make this weapon very smooth and easy to fire. Now getting into our tunes for this weapon here, we're going to start with the Slimline Pro. Now I do have my eye position out far, 1.89 here again, just giving us less visual recoil, have a little bit more accuracy, which is good. And then we have our aim down sight speed at 2.23. Flinch resistance is okay. Now, since they did increase the flinch on assault rifles and SMGs and battle rifles, if you really want to, you feel like you get into a lot of gunfights, maybe you're playing shipment a lot, you can increase this to flinch resistance if you really want to. But honestly, I feel like if you're the first person to fire, you're going to win those gunfights. So just tune it to aim down sight speed if you want here. Now, for the rear grip, we do have our sprint to fire speed at 0.38 and our aim down sight speed at 0.65. Now, since we have a lot of attachments here working on recoil stabilization, recoil control, and everything, I want to work on that handling, help us be a little bit more aggressive if we're having that run and gun type of play style, or if you're just trying to get as many kills as possible, because here in Modern Warfare 2, being aggressive is going to reward you with high kills. So this is going to help just having more handling, being more aggressive. That's what we want here. Now, jumping over to the Commando foregrip, I do have my aim walking speed maxed out here at 0.40. Just getting a more mobility here. We're moving faster. We're going to be strafing faster as well. Getting into those gunfights, we strafe left to right. It's going to be hard for our targets to hit us, so that's going to be very helpful. And then we're going to have our recoil stabilization here at 0.62, just making the weapon a little bit more calm. But if you feel like the weapon is really nice on that recoil control and you don't need it, bump it down to aim down sight speed, whatever you want to do here. Now, for our final attachment here, guys, for the MW86, we are going to put our gun kick control at 0.36, almost maxing it out. It's just going to help our weapon not jump up as much, which is needed. And then we have our aim down sight speed here at 0.84, just helping that handling go up a little bit more. Now, for our next weapon in today's video, we're going to be going with the BRYSON 800. Now, this shotgun and all the shotguns got buffed in the game, so there's going to be a lot of times that you probably get into a lobby and there's going to be people using shotguns because all of them got buffed. All of them got an increased multiplier in their damage, so if it's legs, chest, whatever it is, it got an increase. So I don't know what they were thinking, but this season may be a little toxic and annoying to the shotguns. But I'm going to show you a class setup. If someone pulls that shotgun out, tries to be annoying, I'm going to show you the best shotgun class setup that you can use. And we're going to start with the muzzle. We're going to be going all the way over here, adding on the X10 full choke. It's going to help with damage range. Now with my shotgun builds, and I feel like in any video game that has a shotgun that you can make a class setup for, you want mobility, handling, range, and damage. Those are the only 4 things that you need to worry about making a shotgun class setup. So here, we're getting better damage, better range, and the shotgun's more looking like a sniper rifle now. So we have that mobility, basically a sniper with no scope. So you're going to be adding this on for your first attachment. Next, we are going to the barrel and adding on the 29.5 rifled barrel. So we're getting better damage range, tighter pellet spread, and bullet velocity. So our bullets are traveling faster and able to hit our targets faster. It's going to increase that range a little bit. We have tighter pellet spread, so now our shotgun's working like it had a slug round in it. And of course, we have a big chunk of damage range. So we're getting a lot more range, a lot more damage for our build. So this can be nice. Now, we are going to the laser next and adding on the VLK7 MW laser. This is giving us a lot of handling, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, aiming stability. We're aiming down sight faster, shooting faster off a sprint. That's what with a shotgun, because honestly with shotguns, you can hip fire, and it's really good to aim down sights as well, because when aiming down sights, your pellet spread is a lot tighter as well, so it is working like a slug, so we don't have to use a slug. So we have a free attachment here. Next, we are going to the stock and adding on the sawed-off mod. Now, you can either add on the stockless pistol grip or the sawed-off mod. They do the same thing. They have same aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, hip recoil control. It's all the same. You don't need to worry about that. And then we're going to jump down to the guard and add on the Demo X50 tactical pump. We're getting rechambering speed, crouch movement speed, aim down sight speed. So our weapon's going to be shooting a lot faster. That fire rate is increased, and also we have a little bit of aim down sight speed. Now, getting into our tunes for our shotgun build, we are going to start with the X10 full choke muzzle. Now, I do have my aim down sight speed at 0.26, and the sprint to fire speed is going to be at 0.03. Now, since I have attachments that helps with damage range, higher pellet spread, we're going to work on the handling a little bit more. Since our range and damage is taken care of, we need to make ourselves a little bit more aggressive. Aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, and everything. So we are going to tune our attachments like this. Now, for the barrel, we are going to put our damage range at 0.21, so whatever range, you are going to hit them. You might not get those one shots, but you will hit someone if you try shooting them at any range. And then we're going to work on our aim walking speed at 0.42, so we're getting more mobility when aimed down sight. So if it's strafing, pre-aiming, just moving while aimed down sights, you are going to have a lot more mobility when moving in aimed down sights. Now for the laser, we are going to max out our aim down sight speed at 51.00, and then our sprint to fire speed, it will be at 0.27. Again, we need more handling. We have 3 tick on our handling. That's really good. More aim down sight speed, more sprint to fire speed. Very good. And then for our final attachment that we need to tune is going to be the guard, which we're going to put our sprint to fire speed at 0.13 and not change anything on that left bar because we don't need crouch movement speed, nor do we need aim walking steadiness. So the only thing that you need to change is that sprint to fire speed at 0.13. Now for weapon number 4, we're going with the ISO HEMLOCK. Now this weapon, I mean, even though all the nerfs it's gotten, this weapon is probably the most popular weapon here in Modern Warfare 2. If there was some website that told you what amount of players are using this weapon and such like there is in Warzone, the ISO HEMLOCK would easily be a top 5 weapon that is most used right now. But I have a class up. It's a little bit different from my other build, so you guys are going to like it, I'm sure. But we are going to start with the optic, which when it comes to optics, add on anything that you guys like the most. But we're going to be using the Cronin Mini Dot. Now, this is a really fun optic to use. You can go with this good old trust, reliable, semi-pro if you really want to. But we are going to change it up a little bit. Go with the Cronin Mini Pro. It is a fun dot to use, and also green is my favorite color. We're going to be adding this on, so add this on for your first attachment. Now, we are going to skip the stock. We're going to jump down to the rear grip, and we're going to be adding on the Phantom Grip. Now, they can nerf this weapon all they want with damage-wise, but they can't nerf how aggressive you can be up close. And up close, you really don't need that much damage for a weapon because the time to kill is pretty quick in this game. So, the Phantom Grip will be our next attachment. Sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, which has a crazy amount more than the X10 Grip. Although you're taking a little bit of recoil control and flinch resistance away, it's okay. If you're going to be aggressive, which you get rewarded for being aggressive in this game. You're getting a lot more kills, and you're going to enjoy yourself a lot more, so add on the Phantom Grip. Now, we are going to skip the magazine, go down to the ammunition type, and we're going to be adding on the high velocity rounds. This is an attachment I haven't used in a while, but it's going to help with bull velocity, and it's going to have a tiny bit of extra range, which is always good for any weapon here. Bullets are traveling faster. That's always good for any gunfight. If your bullets travel faster, and with the ISO having a pretty fast fire rate, it's just a great combo to have for this weapon, so add on that high velocity rounds. We're going to go into the underbarrel next and adding on the Edge 47 grip to keep our weapon more calm, staying on the ground, just being very accurate. It's going to help us be more easier on that control. It just help us get more kills, honestly. If they nerf damage, just means you have to be a little bit more accurate, hit your shots, and the Edge 47 grip is going to allow that. And then we're going to go up to the laser sight here and add on the FSS OV laser for that aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and sprint to fire speed. Now getting into the tunes for the ISO build, we're going to be starting with the laser sight, and I have my aim down sight speed at 49.35. You can just go ahead and max it out if you really want to. I mean, there's not much difference. Just try to get as close as you possibly can. Now in my videos, I talk about it sometimes, and if you're maybe new to the channel, if you have like a mouse somewhere, just plug it up to your console. If you're on console, you're going to be getting the best tunes, the most accurate tunes, and it's just going to be very beneficial for you guys. Even if you're trying to copy my loadouts and my tunes down, just try to get as close as you possibly can if you don't have a mouse. I know it is difficult to tune with a controller because I did it sometimes, and it's just really difficult to try to get the best, most accurate tunes. So if you do have a mouse, plug it up there. But we are going to be aim down sight speed, max it out, and then sprint to fire speed will be at 0.42, just helping us be more aggressive, just being up close and personal. The gunfights on this weapon, I mean, it's super easy up close. I'm not kidding, guys. Now, we are going to the optic next. We're going to go ahead and max our eye position at far, 2.10. Less visual recoil. The weapon's not going to be jumping up as much. I know it's really a placebo effect, but the weapon jumps, but you just can't feel it because how zoomed out you are in your eye position, if you guys didn't know that. But also, we have aim down sight speed here at 1.26. We're aiming down sights faster, helping us be more aggressive. That's what we want. Now, for the Phantom Grip, we are going to put our recoil steadiness at 0.58, just helping a weapon be a little bit more steady. Since we don't have too many attachments, that's going to help with recoil control or anything like that. So we are going to tune this to recoil steadiness, and then we have our sprint to fire speed here at 0.42. We still have a triple tick on the handling, which is good, so we're still being aggressive and everything. That's what we want here. We are going to the ammunition type. We're going to put our bullet velocity at 4.06, so we're getting more bullet velocity, a little bit more range, and then we have our damage range here at 0.61, so that means we're getting more damage, more range for our build. And then for our final attachment here, guys, the Edge 47 grip, I have my aim walking speed at 0.32, and my aim down sight speed here will be at 0.26. Now for our next and final weapon, guys, we have the FTAC Siege. Now this weapon is a secondary. I know it's not a primary, but this weapon here is actually better than some primaries. Now for my build, if you watched my previous video, it's going to be a little different. So we are going to start with the muzzle here, and we're going all the way over, adding on the best muzzle for SMGs, which I count this weapon as an SMG, which is going to be the Spiral V3.5 Flash Hider. Now this can help with muzzle flash concealment and recoil steadiness. Now since this weapon has a fast fire rate, we have to have attachments on that's going to help with recoil steadiness, recoil control, and everything. So we are going to be adding this attachment on for our first one here. Now we are going down to the underbarrel, and we're going to be adding on the Rebel HX. It's hip fire accuracy, hip recoil control, recoil steadiness, and aim walking steadiness. The weapon's going to be very steady, easy to control. You can take your gunfights to long range. You're not going to have any trouble, so you want to add this one on as well. Now, we are going to skip the magazine. Now, what I have realized, you can add on the 20 for that extra mobility if you really want to, but 32 rounds is actually enough for this weapon. Although you're going to be reloading every time you get a kill, but if you're up close, you really don't need that many bullets to kill someone. So if you're really aggressive, maybe like on shipment or something, I mean, you can get a lot of kills with one magazine with this weapon. So we're not going to be running any magazine for this weapon and keeping that mobility and handling high. So it's going to be very helpful going into our next attachment here. And we're going to be adding on the FTAC Steed. This can give us more recoil control. So since our handling and mobility is so high, and this pistol, it's considered a pistol, so it has high mobility and handling, we're going to be adding on some attachments that's going to help with recoil control. So we have our aim down sight speed. We have that mobility. We just need to work on a little bit of that recoil control. Keep the weapon really steady, really easy to control, hit our shots, which its attachment will help. Now for the stock, we are going to be running the Siege Wire stock. We get more aim walking speed, recoil control, and sprint speed, so we're running faster around the map. We have faster mobility when aimed down sights, and that recoil control will come in clutch as well. Although the handling is getting hit a little bit, it's so high you can't even notice. And then going into our final attachment before the last tunes in our video, we are going to the laser and adding on the FJX Diode 70 laser for that aim down sight speed and sprint the fire speed. Now for our final tunes in today's video, we are going to start with the muzzle here. Now I do have my gun kick control at 0.26 and our aim down sight speed at 0.13, getting more handling, more recoil control. The weapon won't be kicking up as much, which can be very helpful for this weapon here. Now for the underbarrel, I do have my aim down sight speed at 0.34 and nothing on that left one. I really don't care about hip recoil control. I don't care about hip walking speed. Most of my gunfights, I'm aiming down sight, so the only thing that I can really do is just change my aim down sight speed. If I needed to, I can hip fire, which I don't really like to as much because I want to be as accurate as I possibly can. And when I get into my gunfights, I want to know I'm going to kill that person, not maybe I can hip fire and get this guy. So being aggressive, running, gunning, aiming down sights fast, taking my opponents out, and that aim down sight speed will help. Now we are jumping over to the rear grip. I do have my sprint to fire speed at 0.30 and our recoil stance at 0.71. Again, we're getting more steadiness for our weapon, so our weapon is going to be very steady, very smooth. We don't need to worry, and also we're getting a little bit more handling here. Sprint to fire speed, so we are shooting faster off a sprint than our opponent. Now for the stock, we're going to put our aim walking speed at 2.01 and our aim down sight speed at 1.94, so we're getting a lot more mobility when aimed down sight. So with this already having a lot of mobility when aimed down sight, we're strafing super fast, moving fast around the map, and if you are a pre-aimer and you like to pre-aim a lot, this can be a very helpful tune for you, and also we do have some more aim down sight speed here. And then going into our final attachment, guys, the laser, we are going to put our aim down sight speed at 46.06, and then we are going to max out our sprint to fire speed, giving us 3 tick on the handling, making us super aggressive. The aim down sight speed is very fast, same with that sprint to fire speed. But these are my top 5 best class subs right now. I know one of them is a secondary, it acts like a primary, it's really good. But try these class subs out. Let me know in the comment section what is your favorite weapon right now to use, and overall, what is your opinion about Season 4? I think it's a W so far. The maps are perfect, the weapons are really good, so we'll have to see what Season 4 Reloaded brings us. Only a 48-day season, which is a huge W as well. But try these classes out. Let me know in the comment section what is your highest kill games with any of these. Thank you guys for watching. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.